Evening. Mind telling me whose car this is?
Yes, sir. It's company property. I'm an engineer with RS Motors. I'm taking it to our test site up the road.
Fancy ride for a fella headed to a dirt lot. Doesn't exactly look like the driver.
I get that a lot. License and fleet card are right here if you'll let me pull them out.
Slow and easy.
The sheriff's deputy slammed a quiet black engineer onto the hood of a $200,000 prototype car, a car the deputy was sure he stole. The officer barked orders, grabbed his gun, and called for backup. But what he didn't know is that the man he was humiliating wasn't just any driver. He was someone with power, someone whose name could make governors freeze, someone who had saved lives in places the deputy had only seen on TV. When DJ finally spoke 4 words, the entire highway went dead silent. And what happened next left that deputy shaking like he saw a ghost. Before we jump in, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss stories like this. And drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from. Step out of the car. Now. Deputy Carl Hensley's voice cracked through the warm Georgia air like a whip. The sun was sinking, painting the long empty road in gold. A sheriff's cruiser sat behind a silver prototype sports car, its blue lights slicing the quiet fields around Route 47. Inside the car sat Darius DJ Jefferson, hands on the wheel, heart hammering hard enough to shake the seatbelt. I didn't do anything wrong, sir, DJ said softly. Hensley leaned down toward the window. He didn't hide the way he looked DJ up and down. Not with suspicion, with judgment. Son, the deputy said, slow and drawn out, this fancy thing doesn't match someone like you. There it was. The words. Coded, sharp, pushed like a knife under the ribs. DJ forced himself to breathe. I work for the company, he whispered. It's a test car. Step out, Hensley snapped. Now. The long road was empty. No help. No witnesses. Only the fields, the birds, and the deputy's hand resting on his holster. DJ swallowed hard and opened the door. DJ Jefferson looked like the kind of man people ignored. Tall but not wide. Calm but shy. Glasses, simple button-down shirt, sleeves rolled to the elbows. The kind of guy folks assumed worked in IT or folded laundry at a big box store. But inside him lived something no one on that road understood. Because DJ had lived 2 lives. One was simple. An automotive engineer from Atlanta who kept his head down, loved his mother, and fixed things with quiet hands. The other? A past most people would call impossible. A past sealed behind clearances so high they didn't even have names. A past that still came to him in flashes. The sand, the night missions, the coded calls, the medals he never displayed, the country he served even when it didn't serve him back. He'd buried that part of himself years ago. Today he was just DJ. Or at least that's what he tried to be. Hensley circled him like a dog sizing up prey. What's your name again? He asked, even though DJ had already said it twice. Darius Jefferson. You got ID? Yes, right he. Don't reach. Hensley barked, hand flying to his gun. DJ froze. His throat tightened. The wind felt suddenly colder. Hensley stepped closer, face twisted with fake annoyance. You people love pulling fast ones with cars like this. You people. 2 little words heavy enough to crush bone. DJ kept his voice steady. I said my wallet is in my back pocket. I'm going to move slow. You better, Hensley muttered. DJ pulled out his wallet. His hands shook, he couldn't stop them. Hensley snatched the ID. He didn't look at it long. Didn't run it. Didn't check anything. You're lying, the deputy said. This thing is too new. Too clean. Too expensive. No way you're the one driving it. DJ blinked. He felt the old fear creeping up. The fear that had saved his life more times than he could count. Sir, it belongs to the company, DJ repeated. It has a dashcam. A tracker. I see. Face down on the road. Now. DJ stiffened. Cars were rare out here. But the idea of lying face down on hot asphalt in front of whoever might pass by, like he was some criminal, made bow rise in his throat. With respect, sir. I haven't done anything. Wrong words. So wrong. Hensley's face turned a deep shade of anger. Oh, you're one of those. Think you can talk back to me? Think you can tell me how to do my job? DJ stepped back instinctively. Bad move. Hensley grabbed him by the shirt front and shoved him against the hood. The metal was burning hot from the sun. DJ bit his lip to stop from shouting. Don't move, Hensley said, breath heavy. Not 1 inch. Another cruiser rolled up behind them. Back up. Deputy Clayton Ridgway stepped out. Younger, thinner, but with the same look, like DJ's very presence was an offense. What we got? Ridgway asked. Guy in a stolen car, Hensley said. Won't follow orders. Ridgway raised a brow. Really? Doesn't look like the type who could afford a tire on this thing. They both chuckled. DJ's heart thudded painfully. He felt humiliation crawling over him like ants. He was back in another life, not on a hot Georgia road but on a dirt path overseas, hands zip-tied, heat boiling his skull, the sound of men deciding whether he lived or died. He forced those memories back into the dark. Please, he said quietly. Just check the VIN. Or call the number on the inside badge. Or run my ID. I'm not. You're resisting, Hensley cut in. Both hands behind your back. Now. I'm not resisting, DJ said. I'm asking you to. Hensley unholstered his taser. Ridgway placed a hand on his gun. DJ felt the world shrinking to a single tight point in his chest. The dashcam inside the prototype blinked red. Recording. But recording meant nothing if he didn't walk away alive. As Hensley stepped forward, a voice crackled from his radio. A voice neither deputy expected. This is command. Confirm ID of subject. Repeat, verify ID. Do not engage. Both deputies froze. Ridgway frowned. Command? Why's command checking in on this little stop? Hensley keyed his mic. We got a possible 10 to 57. Vehicle theft. Suspect is. Deputy Hensley, the voice interrupted sharply. Stand by. That vehicle's tracker just flagged. Do not detain the driver. What? Who is he? A long beat. Then. Clearance level information. Stand down immediately. DJ didn't move. Didn't speak. Didn't breathe. Ridgway stepped back like he'd touched fire. What the hell does that mean? He whispered. Hensley looked shaken for the first time. Real shaken. Like someone had reached through the radio and slapped him. We might want to check that ID again, Ridgway said. Hensley swallowed. Jefferson, he said slowly, voice suddenly polite. Can you explain who you actually are? DJ lifted his head just enough to meet his eyes. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't scream. He didn't brag. He simply said 4 soft words. Call your state captain. Hensley's face went white. Ridgway's mouth fell open. Because only one kind of man ever needed a state captain. And none of those men were ordinary. The wind stopped. The road stilled. For the first time since the stop began, DJ was the one with control. The wind held its breath. Deputy Hensley stood frozen beside the hood, his hand still hovering near his taser but now shaking uncontrollably. Deputy Ridgway looked even worse, pale, confused, breathing fast, like someone suddenly dropped him onto a stage he never asked to stand on. DJ Jefferson lifted himself off the hood slowly, calmly, with the quiet dignity of a man who had been here before. Too many times before. His glasses sat crooked on his face. His shirt was wrinkled from the deputy's grip. Sweat mixed with dust on his forehead. From the outside, he still looked like just a simple engineer, just another black man on the wrong road at the wrong time. But everything around him had changed. The radio crackled again. Deputy Hensley, status? Repeat your status. State captain is trying to reach you directly. Hensley swallowed hard. His voice trembled. This is Hensley. I think we might have a situation. Ridgway whispered, What situation, Carl? What did we do? Hensley didn't answer. Because he already knew. He knew he crossed something bigger than a traffic stop. DJ didn't move toward them, didn't threaten, didn't raise his voice. He simply adjusted his glasses and looked out at the fading sun like he was waiting for something inevitable. And it came. Hensley's radio shrieked with a tone he'd never heard before. Then a booming voice, stern, authoritative, and clearly angry, filled the air. Deputy Hensley. This is State Captain Roland Bracker. Put me on speaker. Now. Hensley fumbled so badly he almost dropped the radio before switching it to speaker mode. Ridgway straightened like he was about to get hit. Captain Bracker's voice thundered through the quiet highway. Are you detaining Darius Jefferson? Hensley felt something collapse inside him. Ridgway covered his mouth. DJ stayed silent. I asked you a question, Deputy, Bracker barked. Yes, we were just following routine procedure. Routine? The captain snapped. You put your hands on him. Hensley's throat bobbed hard. How do you know that? You're on a federal prototype's dashcam, Bracker said. And that feed goes live. You didn't know the company sends real-time footage directly to the state office. Ridgway's eyes widened. Hensley blinked like he'd been hit. Bracker continued, voice sharper than broken glass. Darius Jefferson is not a suspect. He is not a civilian stop. And he is definitely not someone you lay a hand on. Ridgway whispered, Oh my God. But Bracker wasn't done. That man is under federal protection. He is cleared at levels you've never even heard of. His record is sealed for a reason. You just put your hands on someone who... Suddenly Bracker stopped himself. You know what? No. I'm not explaining a single detail. His background is above your pay grade, your training, and your understanding. Hensley's lips parted. What is he? Bracker's reply landed like a hammer. Someone who has done more for this country than you'll ever know. The highway fell silent. DJ stared at the ground. He didn't smile. He didn't gloat. He looked tired. Very tired. Bracker's voice softened for the first time. Mr. Jefferson. I'm so sorry. I've already notified the county chief. You'll be receiving a direct call. Captain Bracker out. The radio went dead. Ridgway lowered his head. Hensley stepped backward, eyes wide, heart pounding. DJ finally looked at them. He didn't step forward. He didn't threaten. He just stood there, calm, steady, painfully composed. And that scared them more than anything. Oh, I'm sorry, Hensley stuttered. We didn't know. DJ didn't reply. We were just trying to do our job, Ridgway added weakly. I mean, we assumed. He didn't finish. Because he knew exactly what they assumed. They assumed a black man in a new sports car must have stolen it. They assumed a quiet man was powerless. They assumed his fear made him guilty. DJ finally spoke. His voice was soft. Why didn't you check my ID? Hensley's eyes dropped. Why didn't you run the plates? DJ asked. Ridgway's breathing hitched. Why, DJ said, was your first thought that I was doing something wrong? The deputies stared at their boots. No excuses. No explanations. Just shame. The wind rustled the tall dry grass. The sky shifted from gold to deep orange. Hensley cleared his throat, barely audible. Sir, can you please tell us who you are? DJ exhaled. It wasn't a sigh of relief. It was the sound of a man holding years of pain in his chest. You don't need my past, he said. You need to change how you see people. That hit harder than any shout could. Hensley blinked fast like tears threatened to spill. DJ turned toward the silver prototype, but before he opened the door, he said something so quiet, so simple that it cut them to the bone. You didn't pull me over because of the car. You pulled me over because of me. Ridgway's face twisted in shame. DJ opened the door and sat inside. But he didn't leave. Not yet. Far down the road, red and blue lights appeared, fast. The county chief's SUV. Hensley whispered, No, 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 oh Lord. Chief Marla Brenner stepped out, a tall white woman with sharp eyes and a walk that meant business. She marched right up to DJ's door. Mr. Jefferson, she said, voice stiff but respectful. Are you okay? Do you need medical attention? No, DJ answered calmly. Just want to go home. She nodded, jaw clenched with rage. Not at DJ, at her deputies. Brenner turned so fast her hat almost flew off. Hensley. Ridgway. Front and center. The deputies hurried like scared children. Do either of you understand, she growled, that you just assaulted a federally protected intelligence asset? Their jaws dropped. DJ closed his eyes. He hated hearing that title. He hated that it was the only thing keeping him safe right now. The chief continued. You racially profiled him. You escalated without reason. You threatened lethal force. And you interfered with a federal test vehicle that the state and the governor personally authorized. She took a step closer. Her voice became a razor. And you did it all on camera. Hensley's mouth opened, but no words came. You two are relieved of duty, she said. Turn in your badges. Turn in your weapons. And pray this doesn't go federal. Ridgway swayed like he might faint. Hensley whispered, Chief, please? She held up a hand. Save it. If he files charges, you'll be lucky if you ever wear a uniform again. They looked at DJ, with fear, regret, and something else. Respect. The too late kind. Chief Brenner stepped back to DJ. You're clear to leave, sir. If you want to file a report, I'll personally process it. DJ looked down at his hands on the steering wheel. I just want to go home, he repeated softly. The chief nodded. With respect, sir, thank you for staying calm. DJ gave a small, tired smile. I've been trained to stay calm in far worse places than this. The chief blinked. A moment of realization washed over her. Thank you, she whispered. DJ started the engine. It hummed like a quiet storm. The deputies watched, broken, as the man they shoved onto hot asphalt drove away without anger, without revenge, without cruelty. And that shamed them more deeply than anything else. As DJ reached the end of the long rural road, He whispered to himself, words meant for no one, but powerful enough to echo long after the engine faded. Power isn't loud. It's who you choose not to hurt. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you subscribe for more powerful stories like this one. And tell us in the comments, what would you have done if you were in DJ's shoes?